Does it work? Does it not work? Does it work? Oh yeah. This is it, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Arkening, and today I have for you all the Pico cluster, and I got it to finally connect to the internet using this. And then this thing is the Pi, and I converted it into a router. So there's a few things you need to do to make this actually route stuff. First, you need to have IP tables set to forward. Basically, I just port forwarded, kind of port forwarded. There's no port forwarding. It's not ports. It's different. Instead of so I obviously cannot connect to my router, because it doesn't have more than one Ethernet port. So all I did was connect this over Wi-Fi to my router. Then I forwarded from here to my Pico cluster using IP tables. So you basically set an output address or output, what is it called? Component or interface. That's it. Output interface is the fucking Ethernet, which is END0 on the Pi 5. Obviously, I have Arch Linux on my Pi. If you didn't realize, I have Arch Linux on here. Very nice. As a matter of fact, that is my greatest accomplishment in life, is putting Arch Linux on this. But yeah, it's set up as a router, and I can SSH into it now, which is amazing. I've never actually set that up before. And what it does is it takes Wi-Fi traffic and routes it through the Wi-Fi traffic comes over the WLD0 interface to the ETH0 interface, and then allows connections to the boards in the cluster through that. It's up to 1 gigabit per second. Not great, but better than nothing. I got another board coming, so that way we can do a LAN connection instead and set up our own DNS server and stuff like that. This does have a DNS server. It's everything on this has a it's called a net plan. So because Ubuntu is weird and they use net plan. So net plan, all the net plan points to this, the router right here. So all points to net plan on that. So let's go ahead and set it up, or turn it on. First step, I'm gonna turn on the router, I guess. Give it a second. Should light up. Should turn green. And it was working yesterday, guys. I swear to God. The fuck? Must have short-circuited? You have issues now? God damn it. There we go. Just needed a bit of unplug-replug treatment. That's good. That's a good sound. Alright. So that's turning on. Then we're going to turn on the cluster so I can demonstrate how it works. Actually, I should probably SSH into that one first. So that will turn on the cluster. It takes a minute for all these Ubuntu boards to boot up. Obviously, because they have fucking Ubuntu cringe on them. Ooh, I love these so much, bro. I love them. I love this thing so much. It's very cool. Bro, it looks even cooler if I turn out the lights. This setup is insane. I also found out that technically, if we set up a Kubernetes cluster, we can use this for some absolutely insane computing stuff. I mean, that's kind of the basics of it. But yes, that is the most beautiful looking shit I've ever seen, bro. That is a fucking beautiful machine right there. And also this one too. You actually can't see this one. but that you can see. It's like a fucking nuclear reactor. Obviously, I'm not gonna leave the light on forever, or off forever. We have business to conduct today. Gonna pull you all back a little bit, and that's the Odroid M1S right there. We might be doing we might install Arc Linux on there as well, but we had quite a bit of trouble with that. It's gonna require a bit of work. That one is. Honestly, there's no point in doing that at all. There's no point. Alright, let me go ahead and shrink everything down. And I'm going to open up the terminal, pull it over this way, and I'm going to do my SSH stuff. Let's see. Ah. All right. Are we receiving a response at this time? Hold on, something was screwed up there. Oh. Oops, I just tried to SSH into somebody else's shit. I don't know whose shit that is, but oops. Oops. I'm not sure how that happens. Alright, so now I've SSH'd into that. Now I can SSH into any of the other ones. And we're gonna need to pull some of the files from there. So I'm not sure how we're gonna do that, but I guess we can do it by when we go to plug into them in a bit. I just want to show you all that I can SSH into these and actually use them for stuff. Oh yeah, we can also B-top this, by the way. We can see the Pi is doing some stuff available. 89% is available. Pretty cool. I guess I'm gonna move this to the center now, so you all can see the CPU, or to that side, so you guys can see the CPU usage on the Pi 5. It only has 4 CPUs. I could have swore it had more. Obviously, the Odroid M2 is like double this shit. Yeah. Odroid M2, I should say, not M2. Now, the M2 does not have an official ARC image, so attempting to install it's going to be pretty complicated. It's going to involve quite a few steps, just like the M1S. That's why I kind of want to do the M1S, because I want to warm up. And the M1S, I might have enough knowledge now to go ahead and install onto this thing. We've done a couple episodes of just fucking with that. Obviously, the more SBC boards, the more fun. I'm kind of curious, why is this like this 89% available and then this is like going up? That's fine though. Fucking Control C on that. Okay, well anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and well actually, hold on, fast fetch, just to show you all that this is Arch Linux on an ARM Pi. So pretty cool. Very low memory usage, very nice. And then it should be it's one, not that. Okay. Alright, now I got Pico cluster open, which I also installed BTOP on, which is something we couldn't do yesterday. You can look at this and go 1.67 gigabytes of RAM versus 800 megabytes of RAM for Arc ARM, and go, why would you want to use Ubuntu over Arc? Like, what reasoning is there to this? There is none. I mean, I guess simplicity, yes. It's a supported image, yes. Okay, there actually is some reasons. But still, it's like, this could all be Arch Linux, and we could have it, like, run super fast, and not use a shit ton of RAM, and be super fucking annoying, where it's like, oh, hey, you need to install this update right now, bro. You need to update right now, bro. That's literally what fucking Ubuntu did to me yesterday when I was in the desktop environment, was it said, you need to update right now. I'm like, why? Why would I do that? Because technically these all have a desktop installed on them, which is part of the reason why it's running so slow. They're not headless. We might switch to headless Ubuntu, should we not be able to get Arc on them. Or switch to Armbian, which is okay. I've heard Armbian is good. But I don't like Debian. They're a lot behind the times if they don't have Arch Linux. Now, of course, there's a Cave3S server on here. So let's go ahead and choose and what is it? Cube CTL? Ah, yes, Cube CTL get nodes. So I got one node. Obviously, it'll be easier to set that up on Arch Linux. So in theory, you could set up all of these to have a Kubernetes node and be able to use them for parallel processing. And they also have a lot of stuff on them to be able to do stuff. Somebody is messaging me at this time. I'm going to check my messages right now. Should be cross-platform. .NET should be cross-platform, and models can run in CPU mode, I think. Ooh! Very good. It's very good news. Although, if we want to run the model on all of these, it needs to be in the Kubernetes, probably. More than likely. I also want to set it up with Kubernetes, because that'd be fucking amazing. Maybe I don't want to uninstall that. Also, there is a bunch of scripts built into this, which I want to pull nano gen keys .sh. Oh, you know what I could do? copy the identity for the other nodes. Oh, so it creates a SSH ID for all of the other nodes. For X in 1, 2, 3, 0. Okay. Obviously, I can just copy this out with what is that? Genkeys.sh. Oh, never mind. What the fuck? Open with key. So we got that one. And then let's go ahead and exit that. Let me check what's going on here. Alright. So clearly we want to move this to the other side now. So we want to nano the resize root Fs. Because that is one that is also something the guy who put this thing together for me did. This root Fs dot sh. I mean, this guy could probably have installed Arca Linux on me. On it for me. On me? That's crazy. Resize root fs or rot fs roots fs dot sh. Control V, Control S. Call this cluster. Alright, let's create another one. Create new text file. What's the next one? We'll do resize all nodes.sh. I wonder what kind of configuration goes into this. Control-Shift-C. Octeta. That good? That works, right? Let's not do that. Please use Kate for all of this. Not that other stuff. Control V, Control S, and then close and move. New file, we're gonna call it, or actually, Control X. And only this first node, node 0, has all of these, so we're just going to take these all. And then set up my cluster with these in a bit. I don't understand why they left the stock fan on there. I mean, it doesn't really do much. I mean, I guess maybe if you're like really edge computing, but I think, bro, that fan is fucking cold as hell. I will tell you what. They put a really good fan in this thing. Not these, not the stock fans, but like this thing on the back, bro. Ooh, shit. Very good fan. Very good fan, indeed. I'm impressed with this. Hopefully I didn't hurt it. The fan. Hurt it. Crazy. Crazy talk. Restart all nodes. Hello, greetings. We're just copying these out and putting them onto my computer. Cluster. Restart all nodes .sh. We're gonna be installing Arch Linux on the cluster today. It should be pretty interesting. Yesterday I attempted to set up the router, aka my Pi 5, to be a router for it. It's the most weirdest shit of all time, but it works. Alright, save, Control X, and then we need to do stop all nodes and test all nodes. Nodes. I mean, if I don't know how to do this, I'm sure AI can teach me how to set these up later. Control V, save as, stop all nodes, save, then we need to X out of there, and then do the last one, which is test. Control Shift C. We're just copying these out, putting them onto here, and then we're going to proceed with the installation of Arch Linux onto these. See this board here? All of these boards are going to be Arch Linux soon enough. But first I wanted to pull all these off before we even attempt to install Arch on any of these boards. I wonder if we can do the Arch installation from this? From the Pi? The Pi connection? I wonder if I could use the Pi to install the Arch Linux on them. I think we have enough tools on there to do it. That would really be nice. And then we can just literally just stay SSH into the Pi and just install Arch from the Pi to the individual nodes of the cluster. And we'll have to take it apart today too. So it'll be quite a bit of work, but shouldn't be that difficult. Speaking of, we're going to need the screwdriver for when we get there. Did I save this one already? Save as, oh, did I save test all nodes? Oh, okay. Test all nodes. Save. Control X, enter, Control Shift C, Control V, save as, stop all nodes, I want to just steal these because I think they're useful. Overwrite it. Alright, then we're good. So, go over to here, Control X. Let me pull this aside just in case. Control B. Clear. Since I thought that was going to pop up my IP, and it did pop up a LAN IP, which doesn't really matter because the only one that does matter is the gateway and then the LAN IP. It's kind of in a sequential order. So first you would have to know the Wi-Fi ID or IP address, and then you would need to know the LAN one. So you need to know both. So I mean, I guess it kind of does matter, but if you don't know the Wi-Fi one, it really doesn't. Because of how I have it set up, obviously. None of these boards have Wi-Fi. So what I've done is forwarded Wi-Fi through a LAN cable using IP tables and some DNS mapping on these guys, or stuff like that. Just point it all towards the DNS server, which is literally my Pi. Technically, I didn't have to set up the DNS server, but I did it anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and... actually, I need to SSH back into them. Hold on 5 seconds for me to do this. Alright, so let's go ahead and do stop all nodes.sh. Unfortunately, I don't have LAN connected to my PC. Yeah, if you have Wi-Fi, you can actually route the LAN from your PC to that, I believe. But I don't know how well it works on x86. The only reason it works with the Pi is because the Pi's drivers are just fucking screwed up for ARM, for Arc ARM. Oh, hold on. You all want to see this. Oh, fuck, that button's stiff as hell. Unplug. Alright, so first up, let's get these. Rear connection first. So that way we don't have fucking super voltage going through it. Alright, that's unplugged. Now, time to unplug. We can leave them connected to the gateway. No, don't do that. For now, I'll just keep the gateway unplugged. So. Clear. I forgot about that. Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to be changing those anyway. The fun part begins. It's time to figure out about these systems. Get that out of the way. We don't need that here. That's just a fucking taunting me. Bro, mine's pretty fast too. Unplug the bottom one too. Actually, let's get these Ethernet cables out. Bro, this one does not want to go. Okay, got that one. Patch cables, bro, are killing me. These patch cables killing me today, bro. And putting them in was easy. Taking them out, not so easy. Terrible, actually. Matter of fact, just fucking get that cringe ass cable out of there. Will it come out that side? No, actually, that's gonna be a pain in the ass too. Get that out of the way. So yeah, that's all of the USB connections done. There might still be energy in those capacitors, which is what I'm kind of concerned with. So being cautious of that. We're going to turn it, remove the screws, and there you can see that really nice cooler that they got on this thing. Like, the cooling on this is like even better than my PC, like my actual desktop. Like, I can feel it from a distance. That's how good the cooling is on this. It feels like an AC unit. I mean, they don't even produce much heat even. Like, I feel like this is overkill, unless you're really doing that edge computing stuff. Obviously, you can do a Kubernetes cluster on these. So we're going to look into different things. I think Armbian will be our last resort if we cannot get these set up with Arc. Armbian's not bad, but they still might have a shit ton of bloat we don't need. Although we might look at what AI has to say about options. I mean, AI is not terrible about giving us a good list of options for this shit. It pointed me towards Avoid OS. It's not built for the same platform. It's not got any images for the Odroid M1S specifically, but it does have images for other ARM boards like the Pi. So the Pi could use that, I guess. Get that shit out of here, bro. Get that shit unscrewed. Do the bottom ones first and save that last top one for the end. Actually, I have a better screwdriver for this. You believe it or not, this screwdriver from the Pi has come in handy. It's like the perfect size for pretty much every screw I've used. God damn it. It's kind of not the biggest screwdriver, so I might fumble it a few times. This is much better for this. There should be, I want to get a count of those, so that way I don't lose any. 4 of these, right? Now it should be about ready to fall out. They put a lot of time into this. They did a very good job. I'm satisfied with this thing. I keep saying it, but really am satisfied and impressed by this. Alright, uninstall this screw. Done. And carefully remove the stack. Being careful not to touch any of those cables or connect this to those. Pulled it successfully. Very good, Mr. Freeman. The stack, bro. This shit's so impressive. That they built it so well. I mean, that's not surprising. They know what they're doing. If I built one of these, it would have caught on fire. I swear. It would have already caught on fire. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and allocate these screws over here for now. Since we're going to take apart the stack now and go through the boards one by one. So each board has an onboard eMMC. Hold on, let's go ahead and make this bigger so everybody can see. eMMCs are on board each of these. Probably either somewhere on this side of the board or like under here. I mean, that's such a fucking general thing, but let me look if I can read these. Kingston eMMC. It's this right here, 64 gigabyte eMMC face reveal. Bro, this is the face reveal right here. This is me. Computer right now. That's why it's so blurry. It's AI. We're gonna remove this. Bro, these are fucking cold as hell. I think we want to do these all at the same time, kind of, because you don't want to have them one get too loose and the others not get loose enough. So we're going to try on one board to start off and work from there. Oh, power specs. Right. I need to consider that. They have very specific power specs. How do I keep them all combined for now? Let's go ahead and think about this for a second. So yes, they all need to get a new image flashed to them. But they also have very specific power specifications. Now I think this is where you flash said image. They do have a MIPI DSI for a screen. And they all have 8 gigabytes of RAM, which there's a 16 gigabyte variant. I've been looking at this board for a while to get one. Alright, let's go ahead and set this with the screws over here. Alright, we need to do some research, figure out what exactly I need to do. So, give me a second to figure everything out. Oh my god, this top layer, to resize this is a pain in the ass. I'm pretty sure we'll just plug it into those ports, and now that it's out, we'll just plug it into those. Heat could be an issue. Why did we take it out in the first place? Anyway, let's figure out what the Odroid M1S, or look at the wiki about it. Boom. Alright, we'll use that as our landing tab. So Void OS not currently supported on that. Odroid N2. Bro, everybody likes the Odroid N2. It provides an official Ubuntu and Armbian images for the better out of driver support. Bro, like Debian and Armbian, bro, like, do they have cutting edge images? I like having cutting edge software and shit like that. Arch Linux has that. We'll just go ahead and type Odroid M2 so I can start researching. Should be a wiki page. Odroid wiki. they're very open source about their boards. Just like with the Odroid M1S, which didn't have a supported image. The Odroid M2 does not have a supported image. And it's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass to set up. Yes, you can get an SSD, a BIOS thingy, or like a BIOS power or RTC clock. That's what that's for. And that's actually really better than the M1S, because the M1S, you just plug in a battery pack. Let me show you what it looks like. Or you plug in something with a Molex connector like this, not the actual battery, but this would be what you put on a UPS hat to actually give it a real battery. Scroll down, Ethernet. USB Type-C. Does it have like an actual way to... Do I need the flash and... Oh my gosh. eMMC 8-bit 64 gigabits of gigabyte flash on port. It has an LPDDR with 64 bits. Okay. Has a fan. Oh, this is also how it connects together. So they have a actual sheet that has all of the diagrams for each circuit and component and everything. Like they have a actual specification for all of this. Super good. If you want to learn about the board itself or how to design your own versions, that's where I would start. Let's go ahead and look at the OS guide. See if they have what images they support. Ubuntu server, GNOME desktop. That's why it fucking sucks, bro. I fucking hate GNOME. Fucking cringe. Ugh. This is quite the same method with the factory installer. Over from USB. From a PC like prior. Writer module. Only difference is you need a micro USB cable to connect to Odroid M2 to PC, and a small capacity SD card to flash firmware that switches Odroid to a USB storage. So first of all, we need to figure out which of those it is and verify which, where is that even at? I don't see a micro SD, micro USB. I see a micro SD, but I don't see a micro USB. That's a fucking Type-C connector. I'm pretty sure they... No, they're not interchangeable. That is not how that works. Type-C for sure. Kind of concerning. Also, I have no NVMEs yet. So, I need to get NVMEs for this thing. But that's like $250 off of eBay. So, Odroid M2 will be presented as USB. Well, to get all 5 of them, it would be. That's pretty annoying. Where's it at? Where's my phone at, bro? Oh, it's over there. Same spot as usual. Bro, yesterday AI told me I could build a cluster out of phones. I mean, I can't wait to get a shit ton of iPhones and slam them into a cluster, bro. So, operating systems they're providing. Ubuntu server, Android 13. Which we all know Android is fucking gross. Although it's a little different on these because it's more like a computer. That's how you do it the wrong way. That's how you do it if you want to flash their supported images. flash an OS image to eMMC in factory. Select a preferred OS for their usage. Install over USB to PC. We're going to download that. We're going to flash that. Oh. Odroid M2 eMMC to UMS. Save. It's a tiny little image. It takes like 3 seconds to flash it. We should be able to flash it onto a one of these pretty quickly. Pretty sure I use that one for my ARC SSD, or ARC, no, not ARC SSD, for my fucking 86 ARC ISO. I'm trying to figure out which one I use for this. I know the 8 GB one doesn't ever see use. I think that's the one we flashed the M1S to. Where is the yellow one at? That is a good question for me to figure out. Is it like, it's under there? Yeah. Let me get that into a safe place so it doesn't ever get lost. Oh god. So yes, we're gonna put the shitty one. It just says 8 GB on there. You can't even see it. That's how shitty it is. God damn. Very shitty. Alright, so then we will plug that in. Not blowing anything up on my USB system today. Open up Balena Etcher. Flash from file. Downloads. Odroid M1S. I don't need that one. I need the C2. Where is that at? Oh, it's in videos, apparently. NVIDIA. Fuck you, NVIDIA. Videos. Very organized, clearly. But I like that. I'm very much back. That's good. Mass storage device. Flash that. Right. Let me just do that real quick. Cool. It's done. It's flashed. So we're good to pull that. Because it doesn't even mount, unlike Windows where you have to... You don't mount it even. What is it called? You, No, you do mount it. Yeah, who knows? Alright, so now we have this, which means I can just put that in there, and I now am able to access the file system as though it was a drive, or like an eMMC drive, or something like that. So now, all we need to do is one thing. We need to figure out how to power this and keep it from causing issues. Or what we need to do that. So let's go ahead and continue down. In Windows, the Odroid M2 will be presented as a mass storage device. When you check the control panel or device manager, it shows eMMC capacity. Alright, so now we need to figure out what is the actual thing Odroid M2 will have. This introduces a bit of a difficult problem compared to prior Odroid. Okay. What we achieved is to flash OS image to eMMC in factory and let users select preferred OS of their usage from the menu that appears to the display. This method is valid. That's nice. iPhone have powerful chip. Does iCloud give go on if it's jailbreak? I don't know. Ugh. You're jailbreaking an iPhone, though? Is it newer or older? iPhones are pretty impressive. But too bad they are super locked down. I wouldn't mess with them nowadays. In Windows. Oh my god. If you're running Android, you will not prefer. Instead, run reboot UMS to shovel. Achieve the same result. Okay. So which place do I plug into Type-C USB 3/DP? So DisplayPort? Question mark? Is that like what that is? Just a DisplayPort for the USB-C? We're gonna also put this back in the case when we go to do these. Let's go ahead and start working on that. Instead of what we have going on now, we need to really work on that and just put this back in there. Hold on. If they open source the old iPhone technology, that will be useful. Yeah. I mean, if you could reverse engineer that shit, that'd be cool as hell. Like, if I could reverse engineer my Xbox 360, bro, and install Arch Linux on there, oh my god, I would. In a heartbeat. Unfortunately, I can't. Technically, it's PowerPC, by the way. Which is a different architecture than a, it's a different Endian, I think. Yeah, different architecture, too. Still times 86, I'm pretty sure. But, we'll figure it out. Ubuntu servers for those who want a board that's headless like a NAS, or a website hosting server, or a media player. Even a simple classic game emulator, or it could be a remote build machine too. Yeah, but we want to get the hardware. Let's go to hardware. That's probably where it's at. Alright, board layout. So that's the USB micro they image in that, or picture there. And F. USB 3 with Altmod DP. Where's the USB micro? Micro USB, guys? USB? There's schematics and board layouts for this thing. Very interesting stuff if you look at it. It's pretty cool. You can learn a little bit about the setup. Has an NPU for that shit. I'm not sure if we'll be able to use that with anything. I feel like the NPU just bloat to the system, honestly. Or at least for what I plan to use it for. 12 volt 2 amp power adapter. It has 4 A76 and 4 A53s, by the way. A specification for the screws. M2 NVMe connector. Ground RxD TXT VCC. It's not got the information about what I'm looking for though. Board support. Build instructions, U-boot, kernel, and other stuff. Low-level debugging. Alright, so it's got boot RAM disk. exe4 for Android cache. Oh. Yeah, and Android makes everything fucking painful. Here's the U-boot partition table for all of that. So this will be helpful for when we fuck up our installation. It's also got build instructions for that. Okay. Keep having the SD card the higher priority than eMMC, such that bootloader U-boot and SD card exists. Alright, that should make it easy. That should be helpful for us. Kernel? We might need a custom kernel for this. So, I know we've worked with that in the past, is swapping kernels and shit. That's pain in the ass. But we're probably gonna have to do it today. It's gonna be one of those things that we probably are gonna have to do it. Oh god, don't hold it from that thing. That's not a handle. Let me just take a look at this. That's bent. It's like a... Alright, but anyway. We need to re-screw that in there. So, and re-plug all of them in. I don't really like having them all run at the same time, but we're gonna have to do that to ensure that they all stay cool and I don't have to disassemble the whole entire thing. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna slide this on here carefully. Just kind of shimmy it in there. Get it to here, and it should be pretty much aligned with those. Yep, it's aligned on the bottom. Now, need to hold that in and keep it aligned. So, let's get this, make this bigger so everybody can see that. Well, can see the blurry version of what it really looks like. The 1980s camera is doing super good. That thing is pretty heavy, so it will try to slide around in there. So what I'm gonna do is try to get a screw in the bottom first. So that will be my first goal, is to get a screw in the bottom. Because my plan is just to hold keep the side open, and then flash the images for the Arch Linux installation. Alright, that should be much better. Just one more of these. Good, okay. That will hold it in while I go to do the rest of this shit. Okay. I mean, it's a good thing it's made out of whatever this shit is. Fiberglass? No, not fiberglass. Some fucking amazing glass, bro. Plexiglass. I love that shit. It's amazing. Fiberglass is also pretty good. I mean, good materials. Not that 3D printed shit. 3D printed shit, just fucking terrible. But I like 3D prints. It is amazing for people to make good shit. For small companies and shit. For small businesses. Small businesses are good, but big mega corporations, evil, bro. Oh my god. Cannot get this to go. think it's like already good to screw in, but I can't really tell. Alright, there we go. That should be it. Did it go in? Or is it like sideways or some shit? Because of the gravity. Yeah, it's gravity. It's kicking in. I don't want to fuck up anything by screwing this in there badly. Okay, there we go. It's good. What is that? I just dropped. That's D card, bro. This position is super not great. It's super awkward. Let's go ahead and move that slightly and then figure out the rest of these. Fumbling, bro. Fumbling. Put that in. Good. Just a slight amount of pressure. You don't want too much pressure with stuff like this. Kind of delicate on those. Alright, and last one, but not the least one. Probably the worst one to put in. I like to usually do these all at the same time so they all get an equal amount of pressure and shit. Like you get them started and then you tighten them all at the same time. At the same time, basically. Go from one, do a turn, go to the next one, do a turn, go to the next one, and do another turn. That will probably vibrate and be super annoying, so let's not do that. So how exactly does one connect into this thing with UART, or not UART, but other method? Obviously, we might need to get to the other side to try to press that button on there. Oh my gosh. I might not have the equipment we need to do this. I mean, we're gonna be able to do this. Look, I am not gonna say we're not able to do this. We definitely can do this. This should be pretty easy. We definitely don't have a UART console though, still. Something I need to get my hands on pretty soon is UART. Connected, and which one is which? Bottom and bottom. Although that's the wrong one as well. So that one should go in this, and then that's the bottom. Alright, so that should be ready to power on. One other thing. Do we have any of those right now? Let me see if I have any. What I'm looking for, what I'm thinking of. There we go. Much better. Much better. That will do the trick. So it's nice and level. Son of a. Okay, that's too big, but the other one's just right. That will do. Let me actually adjust that. swapping these, just hot swapping the supports I have. There we go, nice and supported, look at that. It's almost like it was meant to be supported with these. God damn. Put this in there and let it try to do what it's going to try to do. There we go, that should help it even. Alright, so we're ready to go to attempt that. Message retracted. What you sent, okay, never mind. Do you know how many watts / power for this PSU is? I don't even know, man. I haven't checked that. I don't know the specs on that, on the stuff like that, like the supply or the PSU. Although, my guess is that considering each needs 12 volts, we have 5, it's probably like, converts down to like 30 volts DC, probably like 40. But I have no idea how that even works. I'm not an electrician, I'm more of a... I should become more of an electrical engineer. I feel like that will happen over time. But for now, not really. Oh, those are stiff, bro. Okay. That is not our arc image. That is the other image. Yeah, it's not a lot to power these. I mean, they said just it's a 12-volt power supply for them, so. And they got 8 cores. This is crazy. Erasing the content in the partitions of SPL and U-boot, or removing. Alright, so we're gonna remove. So we're good to remove boot, and we're good to remove root FS. Although we're gonna want to leave boot, because that's just how that is. So I figured we'll leave the boot partition, and that's how we install ARM on top. So we cannot touch these 3. Okay, so we know that this is here. That's there. This is 204-ish. This one's 64. It's only 512 kilobytes. We should probably copy those off, just in case. And now, if things do go wrong, there is a way to fix it. We would need to remove the boards, though. And I don't really want to do that. I believe it's these 2 things on here that we need to connect, so... Okay, let me go ahead and give you all an idea of what they would look like, but there's 2 pads right there. You can't really see them super good, but they are there. They're called Mask ROM, and that's how you fix a unbooting board. Do that, and then you put in a Ubuntu image, and it will fix itself, mostly, so... Alright, so, yeah, it's a little more complicated for this shit, but for this shit, super easy. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves some other stuff. Should have a GPS receiver is crazy. That's pretty cool. I guess that's for like a drone if you wanted to... You wouldn't make a drone with this shit. I can't see how you would be able to build a drone on this. But, I mean, I guess you could. 2D graphics engine. Oh, it does have a separate GPU. I didn't even realize. I thought it was part of the CPU. That's really good, actually. Of course, it also has the NPU. Where's the NPU at? Is the NPU on here? High performance NPU. 1 megabyte of shared memory. External interface. There's RAM in there too. The DDR. LPDDR. Okay. I can't find an answer on their website, so where is the micro SD connector on Odroid? Maybe RC tank? Yeah, I guess. Like, bro, that's way too much shit for a fucking drone. Actually, the M1S would be perfect for a drone, honestly. I feel like it's the right size and form factor. Like, this shit, you could probably run an AI on this thing and shove it in a fucking drone with that NPU and shit. Like, honestly, that is pretty close to the right size, and, I mean, for a slightly larger drone than what the people I know build, so. But it is possible to do, potentially possible. I'm not interested in such things. I'm interested in building a huge data center. M2. The M2 is super new as well. Or, how to eMMC. See if I'm still connected as well. I am still connected in SSH. eMMC reader/writer or adapter connected to your PC, as the board's internal slot is not directly accessible without... Okay, so that's the adapter plus reader. eMMC module writer. Oh, okay. You cannot do that. Alright, so this dedicated hardware connects directly to that. Oh my gosh. You need an eMMC reader eMMC module reader. Hardware connects directly to the PC's USB port. USB 3.0 writer has a compatible issues with PCB eMMC modules, but works. SPI Petite Boot Advanced. If the eMMC is already attached to the Odroid M2, you can flash it using the board's USB OTG port using the Petite bootloader from a Linux host PC, as described in Odroid wiki guides. Okay. Let's go ahead and say that it has USB-C. Does it not have an OTG on there? Like, where's the fuck is the OTG? There is no OTG. There is no canon. There is no canon, guys. Prepare boot from the SSD. Data capable USB-C cable. Replace /dev/MMC block with the correct device node. Oh god, this is gonna be fun. USB-C to USB-A or USB-C to USB-C cable is not discharging. Kernel support, recent kernel updates, Rockship 64 kernels. Bro, I'm scared to try to put Arch Linux on here. because every time we've done it in the past, it's fucked up on this board. So what's to say it won't fuck up on these two? Just saying. I'm gonna find a USB-C cable real fast. I should have one actually that will do the trick for us. Is that a USB-C cable? Just fucking laying there? Oh my god, that'd be amazing. USB-C cable, where are you hiding? I know you're here somewhere. It's not as easy to hide. USB-C cable? That's a USB-C? I hope that is. That's a fucking... God gosh. Maybe it's behind all my shit. Actually, it might be. Oh, just give me a second. That's it. That's the USB-C cable, I think. I hope that is. Alright, so... power it on, I guess. At least you have backup firmware of them. Yeah, all of the other 5 fucking boards. That's a good point. Bro, it just does not go in there. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, so it should have booted to that. It's red. Why is it red? Oh, maybe it's just the lighting for the ports on them? Maybe it failed to boot that image? Or like it has a USB boot from the start? Either way, that fan is cold as hell. Right, I do need to put it in this one. Unplug that real quick. Alright, so I have SSH. And I'm ready to go. Plug it in. And then lsblk. Oh. Sudo lsblk. Or actually, you know why it's not working? It's MC block SST. That would be a... Yeah, let's not get rid of /boot. Or did it just mount? What is this? This doesn't have an eMMC. These are mounted... What? I'm confused. SU root. LSBLK. Okay, so which one's which? I mean, I think we are /dev/SDA. And then I think that's the fucking... Duh. Weird shit, guys. Bro, it's a little bit less cold in there now. But this fan is fucking hella fast, bro. Alright, I think the first thing we have to do is get ourselves a, Alright, so we're... Yeah, we'll switch user back, maybe? SU. What do we need to do next? Need to pull up the Arc ARM wiki. Oh god. Arc ARM. Odroid MC. Let's just look at that first before we even get started. Ethernet adapters work. We'll have AI guide us through the process of how to install ArcARM. Yeah, let's go with that. I don't really want to... Like, I'm scared to do it because it's kind of spooky. Like, we have something that's working. Expects to write their own bootloader to the first sections of the storage device. However, you can achieve this by manually installing the root file system to a new partition on the eMMC, configuring the existing bootloader to chain load or boot the kernel / interim fs directly, provided your current boot partition uses compatible U-boot, like the one from hardkernel's U-boot image. As noted previously, the built-in Ethernet on ArcARM with mainline kernels can be unstable. Have a USB Ethernet adapter or Wi-Fi dongle ready. Okay. Very cool. Or if you need a working Linux environment to partition and extract the files. You need to create a new partition for the Arc root file system without touching the first partition. Alright, so use fdisk or parted on /dev mmc, which is the exact name here, without touching partition 1. But if you do fdisk, usually... Alright, so we'll do mkfs on .ext4. mkfs.ext4, and then here, let's make this smaller. We don't need that much space in the terminal, so like shrink them down and make them so they look nice. ext4 /dev /sta, or no, mmc blk. Which one do we need to do? We need to do 02, which is actually correct. So that's going to be 0p2. Alright, so yeah, we have to mount it. ls cd -- oh. ls cd home plus mkdir Heisenberg sudo mkdir. Alright, cd -- cd .. cd .. Let's give it a shot. Look at this. Oh no. Oh god. Thank god. Oops. Made 2 Heisenberg folders. Whoops. Or directories. 2 Heisenberg directories is crazy, bro. Oh. I love this thing so much, guys. Hey, get back here. Don't go away. Okay. So now we've done that, we should be able to MK dir block. God damn it! I need to sudo my MK dir for fucking block, bro. Sudo mount. What was it? Dev SDA MMC block. MMC BLK 0 Pichu block. And like that. And it's not mounted anywhere, so failed, can't look up block dev. dmessage may have more information about your fstab has been modified. Your system still uses the old version. Use systemctl daemon to reload. Please don't tell me I fucked shit up and it's gonna break the Raspberry Pi, bro. lsblk. Nothing's mounted. System CTL daemon dash reload. It's gonna break, guys. Oh, okay. lsblk. Nothing. Okay. She would do wouldn't you do mmc block slash, like you would do slash dev slash mmc block? Ah, ls block, and that gives you that, which in turn has mounted myself to me. Sudo umount block, so I'm not in lsblk. I just mounted my root directory to that shit. How the fuck do I have... So maybe it's this other one with 512 megabyte? I actually, it would be that. I'm fucking stupid, bro. I just fucking mounted my... I mounted my root to block and then unmounted it. Am I fucking dumb or what? Anyway, let's fix that. Let's not do that again. Okay, SDA2. Can you prepare group Discord page? Your YouTube channel? I want to join you. Okay, I got you. Just give me a second. Boom. ls block. Oh, look at that. That looks like, if it has yay, it's not mine. This is, if it has yay, it's the fucking root again. Anyway, let me go ahead and get that for you. Let me get that. Invite. Edit invite link. It's probably broken, so I'm just saying. I'm gonna set it for 1 day. Generate new link. Copied. Congratulations, guys. You're a lucky person if you get this. And it actually works. Otherwise, it probably doesn't. Slash dev? Does that have slash dev too? It has console. What if we just de-bloated the Ubuntu installation? Could we do that? Man, I don't really want to try to install Arch Linux on these. I'm gonna fucking die, bro. I'm gonna... Arc ARM is gonna kill me. I really hate Arc ARM when it comes to the support for boards. There's just so little. Cause there's no support for this board. You just have to fucking figure it out. I really don't want to figure this shit out. It hurts my fucking brain cells. We already went through it with this one. We already know Odroid has some low support. The Pi 5 was like a walk in the park compared to the fucking M1S. God only knows how bad this one would be. It doesn't even have a gigabit Ethernet port on there anyway. So that's pretty fucking scary to consider. So I'm not gonna MKFS on this until I'm certain. So we're gonna put for this tower? I don't know yet. I'm not sure yet. Let's just look for Odroid M2 OS. Whoa, look at that one. That's fucking sweet looking, bro. That looks fucking ancient, though. I like Odroid. They're a very great company. Oh, wait. Odroid Arc ARM Reddit. Reddit's is a great source. Odroid N2? 7 years ago? Oh god. M1, N2 Plus, how to boot that board. That's a great starting point. ArcWiki, HC2. ARM or x86. Still have a better idea of what processes we need to go through to do it. What OS or lightest ARM OS? Alpine Linux and OpenWRT. I mean, yeah, obviously that's fucking lightweight. This is a listicle, probably. AI and listicles, bro. That's what that one guy said. Diet Pi? Maybe. Ultra minimal footprint while remaining core. Beginner friendly. I like that. And customizable. Bro, like Arc ARM just fucking... Oh my god, bro. Every time I tried it. Tiny Core Linux, the core variant, weighs only 17 megabytes. Requires 128 megabytes of RAM, while it supports ARM. It provides bare bones environment that requires minimal configuration or GUI features. Or GUI features. Oh god. That sounds not great, but we'll look at that in a second. Obviously, I don't need a desktop environment, so that's good. Elementary OS. Disgusting. This is a fucking listicle. Here's 7 OSs you don't need. Yes, obviously, Arch Linux ARM is like the fucking peak of what we want. But what if there's something lighter? What if there's Fedora ARM? Oh god. You can't be serious. There's no such thing. Please, that shit was cursed. Browsing these listicles, guys. They're gonna give us the fucking right answer. I like the AI overview, though. It gave me a Tiny Core Linux. I'm gonna be honest. Tiny Core Linux? Sounds like what we want. Sounds like what I... Verify you're not a bot. Congratulations. Today, I am a bot. Oh, I can't press the button. I cannot find it. I'm a bot. Armbian. Tiny Core Linux. Micro Core Linux. VM Linux. This is another expert one, though. Like, Arc is for experts. This one is also for experts. I'm clearly not an expert. I just know how to fucking attempt to shove it on Pi 5. We got through the Pi 5. How bad could it be to try it on this? Installation. Do they have an ARM image that is like actually... I doubt that they have support for the... They have a GUI interface too, meaning we can't install it from the thing.
I'm requesting help to get Arc running on the Odroid M2 board. The device works well with the stock Ubuntu distribution, which is not my preferred one.
Bro, this is so accurate. Like, yes, I agree with this. I don't prefer Ubuntu. I actually fucking hate Ubuntu, but I hate anything that's really not Arc or like a purpose-built OS. If it's purpose-built for something, like Arc should be your main, and then you have your purpose-built one like OpenRoute or something like, or Black Arc Linux for like if you're like fucking hacker or some shit. Server should be Arc. Everything should be Arc, honestly. I mean, I don't even see why Windows exists, bro. Arc is so good. Copy the first 3 megabytes of the boot partition to an SD card, making it bootable with SPL. Then the following steps. Deactivate from eMMC by simply moving the files in the boot partition to a backup directory after mounting it as USB mass storage. DTB file to the root. There's progress with the 6.1 and its FTT file. The screen gets backlight at the very last moment, showing a login prompt. Fully functional. Boot messages are not printed, but network connection fails on the Ethernet port. Moreover, the MAC address changes on every boot. It can be set to a fixed address with the boot.scr file with set and ether address. With Ubuntu, the MAC address does not change on every boot. All of this with systemd, networkd, and dhcp. netctl did not help. The board is reliably... Okay. I might go with Armbian. I'm being honest. I don't really want to install so many fucking Ubuntu images. RK3588 and the mainline kernel got merged in 6.13, so it makes sense you had a hard time using the RC kernel to get output. These are also... Oh, yeah, these are recent. Yeah, Odroid M2 is recent. Okay. Yes. So these are pretty up-to-date information about it. It doesn't seem like I'm going to want to install that. Let's look into TinyCore. Let's get an idea of that. And maybe DietPi. Designed for low weighs only and requires 128 well supports. I'm thinking DietPi or TinyCore. See what that gets us. Because TinyCore looks like it doesn't even have... Or might be able to do it. Open the installer. FAQ. Installation, intro. What is TinyCore for? Some interesting. We need Chaos OS. That's what we really need. Alright, let's figure this out. DietPi is generally the superior option for modern ARM single board computers like Raspberry Pi, intended for servers, media centers, or self-hosting. Okay. think Diet Pie will be what we go with. Steep learning curve. Oh god. Wait, it runs entirely in RAM? What the fuck? Unique package management system. Yeah, no. What the hell, though? That's pretty fucking, like, mind-blowing, bro. You know, this might turn into one of those videos where we make the fucking sheet of great ideas for later, but not right now. So, keep that on my watch list of fucking things to play with. Like that. Choose Diet Pie if you want a functional daily driver OS on an ARM board, servers, containers, and desktop. Minimal hassle. Best balanced of extreme lightness and okay. Flash Diet Pie image to eMMC on Odroid M2. Let's see if that works. See if that gives us the answers. Because the eMMC solder on the board cannot be accessed. That's not right. Download the factory installer image. Flash to SD card. Insert the SD card into the Odroid M2. Connect a display and power it on. Into a menu, allowing you to select the desired OS. The onboard flashing via SD card is done. Is the required method. If Diet Pie is not listed in the factory installer, you may need to install a compatible via the installer. Then install Diet Pie on top of it, or check the Diet Pie. Okay. Does it even have support for the Odroid M2? Whoa, lots of ARM right there. Oh my god. I'm about to ARM so hard. Oh! Perfect. Cheesiness. I like this. Cheese in C1, C2, C4, C... I don't see any C3, I mean that's expected. But yeah, those are super cool. You can see it's just literally like almost like they just copied the Pi. But better. They're better than Pi. Ah, no support for the M2. Ah, bad. Okay, so there is no M2 support. Let's check Armbian then. Armbian should have a lightweight setup or image. Armbian's like my last bet to put a better version on there. Optimized Linux for 300 plus boards. Cool. Built on clean upstream repositories, full apt ecosystem, system D, thousands of packages. Yeah, you get like the most. Don't you get like the most packages with Ubuntu? Like I think compared to Arc, like the packages on Arc are more up to date, but then on Ubuntu you get more packages. I could be wrong on that. That also might have changed. I mean, AUR, Rock 5B Plus, Platinum, NanoPi M5. Oh yeah, these are great for like servers. I've read about these. Yeah, those are great for you want to make your own router? Perfect. This is perfect for it. The R6S or the R7S. That one would also be good. Anything with 2 Ethernet ports is what you want if you plan to make your own network. Just to let you all know that. You can do that. It's a thing. It is pretty cool. Something you should look at. UEFI ARM64. I'm so jelly that you have UEFI. Bro, I'm just scrolling through here. I'm like, bro, how many computers are there even? Holy shit-a-roni. Armbian. Oh, the one we're trying to do. Standard. Stable. 320 megabytes. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Power down. I think. Actually, hold on. Don't do that, or we're gonna corrupt shit. Sudo U mount that shit. Bro, once my data center is running constantly, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, what is that fucking noise? I keep hearing this fucking terrible noise. Bro, you can probably hear this from 3 miles from here, bro. Wait, did I see it?
Good job, Mr. Freeman.
LS block. Cool, LSBLK. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect it from this shit. This shit Reno. Before we do anything else. Power. Off. Unplug that. And begin the Armbian installations. Because I've changed my mind. Maybe Arc isn't the best for ARM. But I like Arc Linux a lot. I really do. And if you haven't seen this thing that we're gonna use to flash the images, this right here, this is running Arc ARM right now. In fact, fast fetch. That's what we're using right now. Very fascinating. Very amazing. Anyway, swapping this back to the Ethernet router that it became. Let me set this here. Alright, let's get back to it then. So we need to flash the image for this to a... We don't want a desktop. Kali Linux, Home Assistant, Media Vault, minimal CLI, 319 megabytes. Oh, I like that. Tiny. Minimal Internet of Things, current 16.18.16 kernel. Oh, I'm like shopping my kernels now. These are rolling release though. Rolling release is Arc Linux is like a rolling release, isn't it? Shit just breaks on those. You want to get a... But, I mean, I guess it doesn't really fucking matter. It's fucking... Figure it out if it breaks. If you can't figure it out, then just fucking format everything. Oh, don't plug it in there, bro. Don't plug it in that one. Oh my god. Time for yet another Belina Etcher moment. Today, we're going to be using Belina Etcher. Again. Belina Etcher. Nice.
Good job. Good job, Mr. Freeman.
Pulling up the Belina Etcher today. Let's go ahead and download the non-rolling release. Although, yeah, it's slightly heavier of a version than this one.
Give me that shit.
I like the Debian. Alright, so Debian, put it into downloads. Then we'll open up Linux memes in a bit and just see my latest and greatest of Linux memes. Actually, I do have a pretty great Linux meme for you all that I updated yesterday. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I adjusted it slightly to be more realistic, but here's my Linux meme for you all. Pretty good, right? Just a slight adjustment. Linux on the top right there, and let's see if I got any other ones on here that are pretty funny. Great. I got the fucking Arc ARM vape, bro. This is not a real image, but I was stole this from Reddit. Literally stole this from Reddit. Where's the... Do I have the Gordon Freeman meme? Very good memes, yes. Very good memes. I have my friend's desktop. Bruh, it's the fucking Arc guy of all time. Oh. No, not this too. Oscilloscope? Is that... Can we zoom in on that? Like, what version is this? Arc ARM? Flat pack? I see flat pack. I mean... Breeze? Theme Breeze? CPU, Intel, Core... Something? Bro, that's like Fallout right there. What are these ports, though? These look like military ports, honestly. Military standard connectors? Are those, like, literally what those are? Is that a... I've never seen them outside of military stuff. You have, like, a round connector, and then it plugs in, and it's the fucking shittiest connector of all time. Plastic. I can't tell if it says plastic or what. Display. Letters. God damn. Vintage W? Yes, very vintage. Vintage OS at that point. Alright, let's go ahead and flash from file.
Where's my fucking shit at?
Chimera Linux. I don't know. Chimera Linux is different. It's like built off of the LLVM chain, isn't it? Odroid M1S image. That cheesy. Cheesy. Dot cheesy. Huh. Great. Amazing. I don't see a I don't see a Armbian. Ah! Jolly good. Flash that shit. Let me go ahead and pull this off to the side. There's some other Linux memes that I have. Let me see if I can find those as well. Oh, I showed you guys the NVIDIA meme. Oh god. If you were there for that, then that was a couple episodes ago. Is that a desktop environment? I don't want no desktop environment. Command line interface. Thank God. I'm pretty sure that's what I wanted. Bro, can I download these boards? I want to download an Odroid HC4. Please let me download that. Please, bro. It's like fucking makes me feel good, bro. Give me more Odroid boards.
Mr. Odroid, please send me Odroid boards.
PRCM. Oh, actually, I know where it's at. Documents. I'll give you all... Oh, Java. That's Java for you. You guys... If you guys can understand what this is my own meme. I made this myself, right? Except for the Java logo. But, this is my own original meme. You guys are welcome to, take this and do as you will with it. Very amazing. I have some other ones too. For example, what's this one? Failed to load it? What? Ah, that's fucking terrible. Pictures. I'm sure it's in pictures actually. No, wait, it's in downloads as well. Linux meme? Alright, here we go. I should just be scrolling down. This is a adjusted image of what somebody else made. This is my adjustments to somebody else's stuff. This is from Reddit, but an adjustment of theirs to be more like what I think. Actually, this isn't the most recent version because it got better when I came up with the next version, which was this one. This is the best meme, I think. Alright, so it starts off with start. Something went wrong. Brain. OS. Linux succeeds. Windows failed. Then it goes this way and goes into search. Worked? No. Search engine? YouTube? AI? Worked? No. Reddit? Worked? No. Reset? Macro slop support? And restarts again. Failed. Search. Worked. No. People did not understand this one, but they just didn't follow the arrow that says rinse and repeat. Oh, there we go, it's done. It's finished flashing. Perfect.
Perfectamogus.
Beautiful. Now, hopefully this thing didn't catch on fire. There will be no memes about the AUR at this time, because the AUR, as you all may have heard, has been hit by a terrible attack by the evil fucking hackers of all time, probably. Let's go ahead and get this thing set up. So we're going to have to do a little bit of configuration on this. Potentially, I expect to do a lot of configuration, actually. Let me get that thing cooling. Yeah, cooling. Let's get this thing down. And so for the configuration stuff, it's going to be like... it's probably just going to be some simple stuff like the routing and stuff. They need to be set to the same subnetwork as this within like 250 addresses or some shit. No, not within 250. It's like there's a certain limit to like where things can be on that subnet, and I don't really understand much about it. But they need to have the same subnet for the Ethernet, so we need to make sure that they are on that subnet, which is, if I remember correctly, in my brain right now. So I'll go ahead and let's get that going. I actually cannot SSH into it, so I will need to take a video from there.
Fuck you, NVIDIA. Oh.
Today is not an NVIDIA day, but it is an HDMI day. On this day, I'm going to make some HDMI stuff happen. We're going to potentially switch over to... Actually, here's what I'll do. I'm going to scale this up since we're going to lose that back, that tab. So you're just going to see this for until I figure out what I'm doing. That's not going to reach that far. We just got to make it reach that far. Bro, that fan is really nice, though. I'm telling you what. That fan is really nice.
Ooh. Good job, Mr. Freeman. It's plugged in now.
Oh. No HDMI signal from your device? Entering power saving mode. It's not on? Let's go ahead and figure that out. Did that work? What does that do? I ain't sticking my hand in there, bro. Reset? Oh, it's span. Spun? Spin? Springus? Springacore? Springosite. Interesting. I did not expect this. Works good, I think. It's... oh wait, well it's not giving an output though. Like if I plug this into the bottom one, it will give an output, but it's not plugging into... it's not giving an output on my other end. It's not giving a monitor output. It's supposed to be green. Or flashing, apparently. Apparently they do a flashing light when they're working. I think that's just cool stuff. Here's what we'll do. Let's try unplugging it. Replug it. Please don't make shit blow up. Power button? This is attempting to... we need a UART console to actually do shit with this. God damn it. Well, actually, I do think I have something on the way to help us with that. I mean, I guess for now, I say we leave it as that fucking scum of the earth Ubuntu images. So, shut it down. We haven't really fucked anything up on the... I don't think. I say we leave it as is, and we figure it out later. Obviously, I don't like that it came with a Ubuntu desktop. That's a... I'd say... I'd rate this product a 9 out of 10. Definitely amazing to get this, but like... First, it comes with a non-server OS, like it's for people who don't really know what they're doing with command line interface stuff. I should add that because I know what I'm doing with my command line interface. So there's that. God damn it. Fucking. Comes with a crusty Ubuntu desktop, which we all know Canonical is not making the best shit. I feel like it would be better if it just came with Armbian or Diet Pie. Like, I feel like I wish there was an option to have that choice in that it comes with that. That'd be amazing if you could just be like, hey, can you pre-install Diet Pie or Armbian or something like that? That'd be better than having to do it myself. Plus, I don't have a UART console. That's like the one thing that holds us back with these ARM development boards is that UART console. And stuff like that. I'm gonna keep those plugged in. I'm gonna figure it out, I think. So maybe the image is wrong and it doesn't want to boot from the image. Let's go ahead and put this back on that side. Hold on, we're gonna figure it out. I think we can figure it out. I'm not really motivated to do it though. Okay. There we go. It's back to how it should be for now while I figure shit out. Let's go ahead and plug these in just in case. I don't need to test it right now, but I'm pretty sure it should be fine. Even though I did mount it and then unmount it, I mean, I think I can fix that too. Definitely a lot of cables as well, but I'm not a fan of power over Ethernet. Plus, that's a little more expensive too, probably, I'd reckon. Alright. So, how to install Armbian on Odroid M2? That's my first question. Let's see, do I have a guide? How to install Armbian on Odroid M2. What do you mean there's no fucking official build for the M2? It's there. It's literally by the same company too. It's by Hardkernel. They're the ones who are making that. So, anyway. Minimal CLI. Maybe that was our mistake. Okay. Oh, there's no official Armbian build. There is, let's just tell it there is an official image by Hardkernel, and it won't boot. Bro, my Pi is singing to me right now. It's singing. Common cause of a non-booting image is the initial sectors of the drive are must write the U-boot binary directly to the storage device. God damn it. RM10 contain incompatible data. Well, we know that's not right. I mean, turn it on and check that. Should turn green. Or blue and start flashing. That one's doing some weird shit on the top. Oh, actually, no, they all are. Oh, they do it in sequence? Do they turn their fans on in sequence? Pretty interesting. Huh, so that works. Oh my gosh. I mean, that works pretty well, actually. Let's see. Clear clutter. If you previously tried other images, recommend to zero out the first and the drive before writing. Verify configuration, storage media, and power issues. Is a frequent culprit. If the image works on one card but not another, replace the card. I guess that is a true point. Like, normally I would check the points of failure first. I mean, I just think it's just more advanced of an issue, but we'll give it a shot and try flashing my Arc ISO image off of there. Yeah, we'll get out Belina Etcher again.
Arc 2026-04.
That's how old my Arc installation is.
Belina Etcher. Oh my god, bro.
Oh, I just string clicked, bro.
Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Thank God. Flash it. Flash. Kubuntu.
Ubuntu. Oh yeah. I eat microchips for breakfast. Alright, we'll see if that's that, and then update to the latest build. That's obviously not the problem. It's nothing with the boot. Okay, the boot's fine. We saw it boots Ubuntu, so the boot should be fine. Unless the issue is that it needs to be in that SPI mode, or that eMMC mode, and then we just flash to this entire thingy. Could we potentially do that? Use Belina Etcher to flash to the eMMC. What? It just restarted itself. Okay, cool. Flash Armbian via Belina Etcher to the eMMC. Why Etcher fails? I got to go see you. Bye. Have a good one. Critical missing step, flashing U-boot. Yeah, but shouldn't this have that? Well, this doesn't have the bootloader image, right? So the bootloader image is on the eMMC. Why? Okay, so hear me out. Like, why would you put the bootloader where people can access it? I mean, obviously that's cool and all. Okay, never mind. I take back what I said. I like that you can access it, but why would you put it on the place where I want to flash to? Please give an alternative method to the bootloader, or include it in the image. Because I personally do not want to have to worry about that when I'm flashing an eMMC image. Although, I guess maybe you could do it fairly easily. DD command manually. Partition table versus raw boot. Etcher is designed to clone an entire image, including the partition table. However, rock chip devices often store the bootloader in the gap before the first partition, or use... Oh, it's also because it's a rock chip.
Uh-huh.
And I'm guessing I don't really want to do all that. Damn. Didn't we flash a fucking Ubuntu image to the one thing at one point? Flash Armbian to Odroid M2 eMMC. The M1S, right? The M1S. We flashed an Ubuntu image on this. I swear to God. We definitely flashed an Ubuntu image on there. A server image, even. Actually, isn't there an Armbian installer? I'm pretty sure we don't even need to use Belina Etcher. I'm pretty sure they have their own...
Beautiful. I love it. That's
Linux for your home lab. I love Linux. IoT, Internet of Things, NAS servers, network access. Oh, oh yes,
yes.
yes, 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 yes. Docs. So technically, if we made a cluster, this could be the master node. We literally have this as a master node, like the DNS server that we're using, the Pi DNS server, bro. I think that'd be crazy. Armbian, right? No, go back. We want dark mode. Is there an actual Armbian installer? Build your own source. Armbian imager. Ooh. Arc Linux Armbian imager. AUR. Oh fuck. Can't use the AUR right now. Because it's kind of in a bad space right now. Let's take a look at this. 2026 012 1745. That's probably around the time that the shit happens. We'll just figure it out. We'll figure it out. It says Linux on there. I mean, they probably have a source for it. Or, you know, maybe Discover has it. Damn. Okay. Qualcomm EDL flashing. Flash Qualcomm boards over USB and EDL mode. Smart image caching. 16 languages. Oh my god, I speak all 16 of those. Download and verify. Okay. Do they have a CLI version? Oh, app image. Hey, thank God that they have this shit. Otherwise, you'd probably be screwed. Can we even install an app image, though? That's my real question. App image is very good. That will make shit cheesy and easy. Okay, got that. Got it. What? What do you mean? Could not open file. Open with. Oh, ha ha ha! Very nice. Very nice indeed. Bro, just fucking shove that in there.
Open,
Or how to install app image arc? Make it executable. Ensure Fuse support is installed by sudo pacman-s fuse and then loading module sudo. No, can't use AUR right now either. But yes, Fuse we can do. Sudo pacman-s fuse. Oh, I actually put Pac-Man. Fucking stupid me. Oh my god. Pac-Man again. Go back to here. LS. Alright, actually no, we don't need to LS. What am I doing? Oh, this is not a terminal. Did I just install Fuse on my fucking Pi? Bro, that's an SSH console right now. Sudo pacman in dash at bro. Ubuntu's making me fucking put install dash as fuse. Please install. Alright, now. Sudo mod probe fuse. Sudo mod probe fuse. I don't know what that did, but hey, I guess it did something. Something neat. Still a white screen. Sudo mod probe fuse slash downloads slash ARMBN dot app image.
Why won't you open? Ah, what the fuck?
Okay, never mind. That won't work. But regardless, we should be able to put it on there now. I swear to God, we flashed this shit using Boolean Etcher before. Wait, what does this even look like? Cancel that. Never mind. Anyway, we're gonna plug that in and see what happens. So, the Boolean Etcher has finished. Unplug. Replug. And test this one out, because maybe it's just the standard that we were using before wasn't the standard it expects. And then we'll try that.
Please boot. Oh, fuck. Does not boot. Does not compute. Oh my god, bro.
This is why I should just build my own clusters. Well, at least at least hear me out. Let's get this one set up with Armbian. Because you can set up Armbian. So why wouldn't we set up Armbian on this thing? I mean, hell, why not? It's, it technically has no internet, but we'll just route it to the fucking DNS. That switch is very stiff. Okay, so we're gonna flash this thing. I'm gonna do that. So all I need to do should be set up the 8 gigabyte, 8 gigabyte, and then flash it via Balena Etcher, and then we'll get started playing around with that shit. With this, we can't flash that. Actually, why would I even flash? We gotta do something today, honestly. Besides fuck around on this thing. Let's go ahead and re-put this thing together, because I don't think we're gonna get that without a UART console. That's like one of the things I need the most in these videos is a UART console, but I have not gotten one of those yet. I'm more focused on the board side of things. Getting more boards and shit. Alright, that should be good enough to put these in. And these aren't hard to put in as long as you didn't take off the bolts all the way. Or the nuts. If you took the nuts off all the way. Now that sounds fucking strange, but if you took these off all the way, it would be a pain to put them back in. I don't really feel like taking 5 years to install Arc ARM on these. That's what I've come to the conclusion of, is that it's just not worth the time it takes to attempt to do such things. Especially on something that is high value like this, where it's going to potentially break a board or something else. And we haven't really used it that much. And these ones will take a little bit of time, so go slow on that one. Alright, so I got 2 that I need to put those on. Let's go ahead and get that going. Alright, should be a little bit like this. Put that on. Alright, and then one last one. Ubuntu will be fine. It will be fine. Ubuntu will be fine. It won't kill me. It will. It's eating me away inside already. I just can't cope with the fact that I'll eventually have to install Arch Linux on these. Because I've said that I'm going to eventually do it. We just need a UART. That's all we need. That would be so easy to plug in and just start development right away. There's so much compute right now. The power is in my hands. Oh, it fell out. God damn it. Knew this one was going to be a pain in the ass. Bro, ARM boards though, if you want like something that's going to be a pain in the ass, definitely go with an ARM board. These give you such a hard time when it's like you don't I mean, if you have if you have a UART, you're gonna be chilling. Probably, you'll be like, oh, it threw up this error. I can probably fix that really easily because I know exactly what it's doing. But with these, you kind of just have to guess if you don't have a UART. If you don't have that UART, you're screwed. Pretty much doomed, bro. That's the way I see it. But I'm gonna be getting one soon. What the fuck is wrong with this? Why wouldn't it go in there? Is that because it's not big enough, maybe? Alright, so it went in. Slides up. Give it a good wrench it down. Yeah, get it really nice and tight on the bottom. Cool. Remove these from the scene. Alright, so we got one last thing we're gonna try out today. So we mess with that shit. Let's go ahead and hook this back into the... Actually, we'll need this for the other thing. Hold off on that. In front of us is this. Oh, that's a bad angle. The Odroid board. We'll set up this one day. Since can't set up the other ones, we'll do this one because this will be good practice, or should be. First of all, need to flash a new image to it. So the first step I'm gonna do is flash to an eMMC. I'm gonna flash the image for that on a SD card. It needs that, so boom. We're gonna open up a Bellina etcher. We're gonna open up Bellina etcher, right? Yeah. Bellina etcher. Flash from file, which is in videos for some reason. Open. Flash. My bad. I accidentally did the entire flash on the wrong screen. Alright, so now all I have to do... Put that in. And find the image on... I want to try out Armbian for the Odroid M1S. Ooh, it's got Risk V in there, or Risk 5. AMD 64. What about Chimera? Chimera. Damn. A gaming-focused operating system, primarily sports times 86. Using community-built solutions such as... Damn. But yeah, it could be used for that. It also has an NPU, so we could flash that and make it into a kind of like extra node thing and have it connect up here or some shit. Have it like somewhere else, like a status monitor. Honestly. So yeah, let's go ahead and give that a shot. So we're gonna flash Armby into it. Oh, I'm not doing it on the wrong side. I'm doing it on the wrong side. My bad. My bad, guys. I've been fucking on the... I'm on the wrong side. This entire time. Okay. There we go. Armbian, there's rolling release. All they have is rolling release. I mean, there was a Ubuntu server, but that's shitty. Minimal CLI. We'll do that. save. And then we'll flash to this while it's in boot mode. Alright, so to get that to boot mode, I need to plug it into my computer, and then we'll flash to it. It needs an OTG cable, though, which is different. I have one somewhere over here. Alright, now I'm going to connect to that OTG, power it with a actual cable for the Odroid. Odroid cable, got it. Which should be this one. I only had one Type-C one. Yeah. Alright, so I got everything I need to do the other flash. Flash number 2. I mean, first I should probably flash Ubuntu on there, because that's a safe bet. Actually, it's gotta be in eMMC mode before I attempt to plug it in. This could give us some trouble. Just give me a second to do that. Got it connected. Oh, that's weird. It will be fine. Plug it in there. And plug it into OTG. It's red. That's not good. It's failing to boot, which is bad. Bad. Okay. It's weird. Oh my god. Yeah, this is why we don't go and try to install Arc on things before we're supposed to. Yeah, this one won't even work. Does it just work normally? Or did I fuck it up that bad back in the day? Well, back when we were working on it, we fucked it up so bad. Where's the fucking shit on this? Nothing. Okay. I don't even have the tweezers anymore, it appears. Nothing. Okay, got nothing. Damn. But what if it accepts the other image? Will it boot? Question mark. To boot or not to boot? Not to boot. Damn, bro. I need to get, like, actual UART cable. And then do this again. Yeah, this is not happening today, unfortunately. Bro, why do I always go to do all these fucking crazy-ass ARM projects, and then I go, yeah, it's not doing anything at all. Busted. But that's because of me trying to install Arch Linux on ARM boards until they break. Part 1. This one we probably destroyed. Or something. I mean, this guy, the Odroid N2L, He's surviving. He's hanging in there. Just a couple more arc installs until he's destroyed. Maybe he didn't have enough power to boot. Maybe. Whoa! What if it boots from? What's even on this drive even? Didn't we like flash something on this drive? And attempted to do it. Attempt to boot off that. Please work. Please work. It's not gonna. Okay. Very good. Very good, Mr. Freeman. Okay. Next thing. Next. All right. I think I'm done for today. Really tried a bunch of stuff, but checked out some things, read some stuff. I mean, it's pretty good. You know, at least we're learning a little bit about options and things. We learned about an OS that runs entirely in RAM. Crazy to think that exists, but definitely super cool. I will see you all next time, and goodbye. I didn't really succeed at what we were trying to do today, but at least I attempted. So